Good morning. I'd like to chat a little bit about the air quality and what's going on here in western upstate New York in the Finger Lakes region. Unless you've been under a rock here lately, you have probably gone outside and realized that the air really sucks. Um, as you well know, this is fallout from the Canadian fires that we're experiencing here. The haze, the odd colored air, if you will. Um, and I have to say, in my 61 years, I've really never experienced anything like this on land. Uh, and from an environmental perspective, this is quite a phenomena in that um, we are now receiving the dust particles from that group of fires in Canada. And the situation that it proposes to one's respiratory health is kind of detrimental. There's been a study done in Europe, a 5-year study in Greece, that actually showed that the particles in the air that we're breathing here in New York at this time, there's a pretty good chance they're more toxic than the particles that were originally emitted in the fires up there. This study started in 2017, talks about how the particles travel through the atmosphere, and because of their exposure to the atmosphere, the hot, the cold, ozone, and the stratosphere, actually changes the chemical composition of these dust particles. So depending on where they land and how far they've traveled determines their toxicity as they land here where we are. Not a whole lot that we can do about it. Actually, there's really nothing that we can do about it. The toxicity levels, of course, the Department of Health and the Department of Environmental Conservation and other government agencies are all over it. I think yesterday we were talking around 289 parts per million, which is between moderate and quite hazardous. This is our second day of this. There is a hillside beyond that tower that you cannot see. And as the day progresses and it gets warmer, it seems to be getting heavier and heavier. All the animals are in the barn. The chickens won't even come out in this. That should tell you something. And I think that if you have already experiencing respiratory problems from some type of chronic condition or anything, staying inside is going to be your best bet, because this is just going to add to your misery. It's estimated around the world globally 339,000 people die prematurely from situations in atmospheric air like this relating to wildfires and the travel of smoke across different countries. That should tell you something. So if you're going out and you already have respiratory issues, you might want to dig those masks back out that you crammed in your underwear drawer for a future date. This might be that future date, just for the day. Take care.